It's Jaeon Jungkook, the Mafia King Golden JK. He is 18-year-old, a university student. He is a mafia, but nobody knows his mafia identity. Other side, it's Kim Taehyung, Mafia King B. He is also 18-year-old, a university student. He is mafia, but nobody knows his mafia identity. And this both mafia gang is famous in society. Jungkook was 16 when his father died. After that he became the new leader of their mafia gang, and he is called by Mafia King Golden JK. Now he is people's favorite mafia because he helps poor. Other side, it's Taehyung. When he was 15 and roaming on the street, then some mafia men take him to their gang. Now he is the king of their gang, called Mafia King V. In university, Jungkook, Jimin and Namjoon were sitting on their bench. Jimin: "Hey Kookie, how is your love life going?" Jungkook: "Jimin, see, I told you that idiot ugly face Kim Taehyung is not my lover." Actually, Jungkook and Taehyung are a famous enemy couple in their university. Students called them Taekook because they like their fighting and bickering. They are in same class but they hate each other. Jimin: "How can you say him, ugly face? He is the most handsome in our university." Jungkook: "Whatever." Jungkook: "By the way, Namjoon Hung, what did you see in that joker face Jin? How can you both be boyfriend?" Namjoon: "He is a lovely person. And you shouldn't say something ill about him," Namjoon said with a sweet smile on his face. Jimin and Jungkook already knows that their Namjoon Hung is madly in love with Jin. Jimin: "Are you blind or what? He is our enemy man." Namjoon: "Love don't see any enmity or friendship. It's just goes. Anyways, what about Yoongi? He also admire you daily. I think he has crush on you." Jimin: "That cat, he is not my type. He is like a stone with his expressionless face." And they all start laughing. Other side, at playground, Suga, Taehyung and Namjoon were playing football. Suga: "Hey Tae, where is your focus? You missed the ball." Jin: "I think he is thinking about that hot boy Jaeon Jungkook." Taehyung: "That coconut head and bunny teeth." Jin: Yeah, that boy with whom you are very famous." Taehyung: "Whatever, I'm not interested in that coconut head. Anyways, I wasn't thinking about him." They were talking, but suddenly Taehyung saw Jungkook and his group passing from there. He immediately throw a ball towards Jungkook with full force, but Jungkook catch that ball easily. Jungkook: "You idiot, can't you see the people?" Jungkook said angrily. Taehyung: "Oh, did I hurt you, coconut head?" Jungkook: "I have my name and it's Jaeon Jungkook." Taehyung: "Oh, your fault, but I already know your name, coconut head." Jungkook: "You donkey face, just wait and watch." With that he also throw that ball towards Taehyung with full strength and run towards him. Taehyung dodged that ball, but before he can do anything, he got a punch on his face by Jungkook. Jungkook punched him hard that Taehyung fell on ground. And their fight start. They both are skilled fighters. Many students gathered there to see their fight, and they all are enjoying the fight of Taekook. After many rounds, they both are tired and sweaty, but nobody want to lose, and after some time, a teacher came to them and stopped their fight. In principal office. Principal: "Mrs. Jaeon, your son's rebellious behavior are intolerable. It's my last warning, if we find him breaking our university's rules again, then we'll cut his name from this university." Mrs. Jaeon: "I'm sorry Mrs. Wong, and thanks for the chance." Mrs. Jaeon said with strict face. After the death of Mr. Jaeon, Mrs. Jaeon became a strict woman, and Jungkook fear of his mother the most. In Jaeon Mansion, Mrs. Jaeon: "Jaeon Jungkook." Mrs. Jaeon shout. Jungkook immediately came out from his room. Mrs. Jaeon: "You duffer. How many times I had told you to not fight with that boy. Mrs. Jaeon looking so angry right now. Jungkook. Mom. Mrs. Jaeon, shut up. It's my last warning, if you fight with that boy again then I'll arrange your marriage with him. Jungkook. Mom, but it was his fault. Mrs. Jaeon, shut up, just shut up. God. Duffer Mafia King. Jungkook. So, sorry mom, I'll not do this again. Jungkook said that again but always fight with Taehyung too. Mrs. Jaeon, why are you like this son? Mrs. Jaeon said helplessly. Jungkook. Sorry mom. Mrs. Jaeon, anyways, go to your room. And Jungkook rushed for his room. Mrs. Jaeon don't know who's that boy with Jungkook fight again and again. Next day, in university, Jungkook, Jimin and Namjoon were sitting on their bench and talking random things. Exact that time, Taehyung enter in class. Taehyung, hey Coconut, did you missed me? Taehyung trying to annoy Jungkook. Jungkook didn't say anything at this and trying to ignore Taehyung, but it's also hard for him to ignore him. When Taehyung didn't get any reaction from Jungkook, then he said again. Taehyung, hey bunny boy, are you afraid of me now? Jungkook wanted to punch him right now but he controlled his emotions. He was afraid, if he fight again then his mom will really arrange his marriage with this idiot. Jungkook was about to go from there but Taehyung came in front of him. Jungkook, excuse me. Jungkook glared at Taehyung. Taehyung, oh my little enemy bunny boy, how can you ignore your most handsome enemy? Jungkook, leave my way. Taehyung, I'll not. Taehyung was expecting that Jungkook will punch him right now. He was also prepared but Jungkook ignored him and went back to his bench and sit there. Just like this 1 week passed. Jungkook is still ignoring Taehyung but Taehyung always trying to annoy him no matter what. But one day, when Taehyung was returning from university, he saw that some men are attacking on a lady and they are wearing masks. But that lady dodging their every attack smoothly, in fact she is powering over them. He watched them for some time, then decided to help that lady. And after some time, that men accept their defeat. Taehyung grabbed a man. Taehyung, who are you? And why are you attacking her? But that man didn't say anything. Taehyung, tell me otherwise ready to see your death. Man, no, I'll tell you. I'm Mafia King Black Mask, man. I have order to kill her. Mrs. Jaeon listened this but she didn't react more. She put that gun on his head and shoot him. Then he turned towards Taehyung. Mrs. Jaeon, I like your personality. Come with me, Mrs. Jaeon said with straight face. Taehyung, thanks ma'am but I have to go my home. Taehyung was about to go but Mrs. Jaeon put a gun on his head and Taehyung stopped there. Mrs. Jaeon, come with me. And she dragged Taehyung in her car. Taehyung is strong enough to fight with her but somehow he doesn't want to fight with this lady. And he followed her. In Jaeon Mansion, Mrs. Jaeon, so you are Kim Taehyung, a university boy right? Mrs. Jaeon said with strict voice. During the way of driving, her men find information about Taehyung's. Taehyung, how do you know my name? But Mrs. Jaeon ignored his question and continued. Mrs. Jaeon, you are an orphan and living with your friend Min Yoongi. Taehyung understands that this woman is not a simple woman. Taehyung, what do you want? Taehyung asked with serious face. He knows this lady can harm his friends if he refuse her. But he didn't expect that. Mrs. Jaeon, nothing more, just you have to marry my son. Jungkook is becoming more dangerous mafia by the time. He always do work and work because he has to protect his family and himself too. He need to protect himself from Mafia King Black Mask. And because of this, he never care about himself. So Mrs. Jaeon wants to arrange his marriage as soon as possible because he needs someone to protect him, and Mrs. Jaeon find out a suitable person for her son, and it's Kim Taehyung. But now Taehyung is shocked. Taehyung, what did you say? Taehyung thinking, is she crazy? How can he said something like that? Mrs. Jaeon, you have to marry my son, otherwise I'll kill your both friends. After hearing this, he wanted to protest, but he didn't because he thought that one day he have to marry someone, so why not now? Also he don't want to bargain with his friend's life. Taehyung, okay, I agree, but you'll not do anything to my friends. Of course Mrs. Jaeon said it just to scared him. Mrs. Jaeon, good boy. Till the marriage you'll be here in my mansion, and tomorrow is your wedding. Taehyung, okay, but who's your son? Mrs. Jaeon, you'll see him tomorrow. Don't worry, he is not ugly neither old. Taehyung, After that, servants led him to his room. And after some time later, Jungkook also came home with worried expression. Jungkook, Mom, where are you? Mrs. Jaeon, don't worry, I'm okay. Jungkook, I heard that Black Mosque's men attacked you. Jungkook is worried plus angry right now. Mrs. Jaeon, and I have already killed them. And Jungkook hugged his mom with teary eyes. Mrs. Jaeon patted his back. After some time later, Mrs. Jaeon, Jungkook, I have to tell you something. Jungkook looked at his mom. Mrs. Jaeon, I have arranged your marriage and tomorrow is your wedding, so be prepared for tomorrow. And Jungkook can't believe in his ears. Jungkook, what? Mom, but, Mrs. Jaeon, shut up and do what I say. He is a good boy. But after hearing, boy, word, he became more shocked. Jungkook, is he a boy? Mrs. Jaeon, yes, and you'll see him tomorrow. But Jungkook argued at this, but not so long. He afraid of his mom the most, and at last he need to agree with his mother. Next day, in wedding hall, Jungkook don't know who's gonna be his husband, neither Taehyung, but they both can't cancel this marriage because Mrs. Jaeon don't let them. Taehyung was in wedding altar and waiting for his soon-to-be husband, but when he saw Jungkook in groom dress who's coming towards him, he get shocked. Taehyung, you. Jungkook identified this voice and he looked at Taehyung with shocked eyes. Jungkook, you. They both were shocked to see each other in groom dress, but Mrs. Jaeon looking confused. Mrs. Jaeon, so you both know each other. Wait a minute, you both are in same university and in same class, right? Jungkook, Mom, he is the one who always fight with me. Taehyung, hold on Coconut. It's not me, but you are the one who always start fight. Jungkook, call me Jungkook. I have my name. Taehyung, but your head looks like coconut and you have bunny teeth and you also like to eat carrot. Jungkook, shut up. Mom, I'll not marry him no matter what. Taehyung, me too. Let's cancel this marriage. They both are about to go from there, but Mrs. Jaeon, stop and stand there properly. You both gonna marry each other right now, no matter what. She looked at Priest. Mrs. Jaeon, Priest, start the wedding now. Jungkook, but Mom. Mrs. Jaeon, shut up. And they both became silent on their spots. Although Mrs. Jaeon was confirmed that Taehyung can handle Jungkook, but now he is 100% sure. Now Jungkook will be safe with him. Priest, so Mr. Jaeon, Jungkook, do you accept Mr. Kim Taehyung as your lawful husband? Jungkook, I do. Jungkook looked at his mother with furious gaze, but he can't do anything to her. Priest, Mr. Kim Taehyung, do you accept Mr. Jaeon, Jungkook as your lawful husband? Taehyung glared at Jungkook, but he need to say yes now. Taehyung, I do. Priest, congratulations, now you both are husbands of each other's. Please kiss each other and seal this marriage. They both glared at each other for some time, but at last, Taehyung came forward and grabbed Jungkook's waist and kissed his lips. There wasn't more people except the people of Mrs. Jeon's. They all clapped for them. Mrs. Jeon, I guess my son is in right hands right now. With that she whipped her tears. In Taekook Villa, it's Taekook's separated home which is gifted by Mrs. Jeon because she wants Jungkook to live with Taehyung and away from Jeon Mansion. Jungkook, we are married but I'm not interested in you. Jungkook said annoyingly. Taehyung, neither I. Jungkook glared at Taehyung. Jungkook, so you don't need to do your husband's work. Taehyung, neither you. Jungkook, so we are staying in separate room. Taehyung, I don't want to lose my friends because of your mother. So you need to stay with me in same bedroom. Taehyung said carelessly. Actually Mrs. Jeon strictly told them to stay in same bedroom and she threatened Taehyung that he need to protect and care Jungkook. Jungkook, whatever, but I'm not staying in same room with you. Taehyung, then I'm going to tell it to your mother. Jungkook, you'll not. I'm okay with it. In bedroom. They both entered in bedroom and saw that room was decorated with red roses and candles. Jungkook feels irritated after seeing this. There wasn't any big sofa but bed was so soft with king size. So they need to sleep in one bed. Mrs. Jeon is really a smart woman. Jungkook murmur, I can't believe I need to sleep with this ugly face in same bed. Jungkook murmur it but Taehyung heard it. Taehyung, me too. Jungkook, shut up. I'll sleep this side of bed. Taehyung, why? Jungkook, because I want it. But after hearing this, Taehyung decided to annoy Jungkook. Taehyung, no, I'll sleep this side. Jungkook, no, all. Taehyung, no, all. Jungkook, are you sure? If I sleep left side then I'll roll towards you in sleep. It's my habit. Jungkook said a lie to him. Taehyung, don't worry, I'll kick you to your side if you come. Jungkook rolled his eyes at this. Jungkook, anyways, I'm going to take shower. They both showered one by one and at last, they slept in same bed but Taehyung didn't let Jungkook sleep in right side. They both argued till midnight. Next day, Jungkook wake up first due to his morning routine but he feels a heavy weight on his chest. He immediately opened his eyes and saw that Taehyung is sleeping on the top of him like koala bear. His one leg is on Jungkook's both legs and one hand wrapping Jungkook's waist tightly and he is hiding his face in Jungkook's neck crook. It's the first time when someone touching Jungkook like that and he doesn't like it. He shout in Tae's ear. Jungkook, Kim Taehyung, I'm not your pillow. And Taehyung jerk off from his sleep. Taehyung, what happened? Jungkook, you idiot, get off from me. Taehyung also saw his position and he get shocked but after seeing Jungkook's angry reaction, he wants to tease him now. Taehyung, oh, good morning wifey. Jungkook, whom are you calling wifey? I'm not your wifey. Taehyung, but I don't want to be bottom so you need to be bottom for me. Jungkook, I can rather like to live with a donkey than be your bottom. Taehyung, but you are my wifey from now on. Jungkook, shut up and get the fuck off from me. But now Taehyung fully hover over him and pinned his both hands on his each side. Jungkook, idiot, what are you doing? Taehyung, nothing more, just wanted to give my wifey a morning kiss. With that he leaned towards Jungkook more but Jungkook kicked Tae's ball with full force. Taehyung, ouch, my ball, and he fell on the top of Jungkook. Jungkook switched their position and went to washroom for fresh up. And Taehyung was laying there by grabbing his precious ball. They both did breakfast together which is cooked by maid and after that they went university. And somehow university's all students knows that their Taekook are a married couple now and they very excited to see them together. In university. First student. Hey, did you hear? Our Taekook are a married couple now. Second student. How romantic. Two hot and sexy guy together. Wow. Third student. I always wanted to see them together and now my wish is fulfilled. Fourth student. Yeah, they looks perfect together. Lunchtime. In cafeteria. Jungkook, Jimin and Namjoon are doing their lunch in same dining table. Jimin, Jungkook, I heard that you are married to Taehyung now. Jungkook, that's true. Namjoon, that's good. You both looks good together. After hearing this, Jimin laughed at Namjoon's innocent words. Jimin, Jungkook, our Hung became too innocent after dating that Joker guy. Jungkook, you are right, Jimin. See. But Namjoon Hung, I don't look good with that idiot. But exact time Taehyung arrived therein. Taehyung, did you missed me wifey? Jungkook, missed my shoes. But other side, Jimin get shocked to hear it. Jimin, what, did he just call you wifey? Jungkook, you are. Jungkook, shut up. I'm not bottom and we are just married and nothing else. Jimin, so you didn't do anything last night? But before Jungkook can say anything, Taehyung replied first. Taehyung, hey shorty, we kissed each other yesterday. And Jungkook's eyes widened at this. Jungkook, that was just a wedding kiss and nothing else. But, Jimin, how dare you to call me shorty? I'm enough tall. Taehyung, whatever. By the way, Suga wants to meet you in backyard garden. Jimin, I'll not go. Taehyung, he really likes you. Jimin, but I don't and I don't care. Taehyung rolled his eyes at this. Taehyung, at least talk to him properly and you have to come no matter what. With that he looked at Jungkook and winked at him. Taehyung, bye wifey. And he walked from there after wink towards Jungkook. Jungkook, you, I'll kill you. That day Jimin went to meet Suga in backyard garden and Suga tell him about his deep feeling for him. And that feelings was so deep that Jimin gave him a chance and Suga was so much happy. Just like time going on and a month passed. Now Jimin and Suga dating each other properly and Suga takes good care of Jimin. But other side, Jungkook and Taehyung are same as like before. They argue and squirreled whole day and night. But still they don't know each other's mafia's identity but they have crush on each other's mafia identity. Now because of Yoonmin and Namjoon's dating, they all needs to sit together in lunchtime. Jimin, have you heard about Mafia King V and Mafia King Golden JK? Jin, yes. They are idols for new generation. Namjoon, you are right. Suga, yes. They helps poor people. Taehyung, and Mafia King Golden JK is my crush. If I see him anywhere then I'll definitely give him at least one kiss. And Jungkook cough at this. Jungkook, are you going to kill yourself or what? If you do this to him then he'll kill you. Taehyung, he can't. Jungkook, whatever. After some other days, time going on and Taekook are living together in same villa. With the time, Taehyung find out that Jungkook is a very soft and humble person from the inside. He likes to help poor and children. And he also go to orphanage to play with little Junior every week and now Taehyung is also joining him. In orphanage, Taehyung, hey Coconut, do you like children? Jungkook, hoo. Taehyung, I mean, do you want to adopt a child with me? Jungkook, but in future after our graduation. Taehyung, okay. Just like this a year also passed. Although they understand each other without any words now but they still squirreled with each other. But they became friends now. One day. Today is Taehyung's birthday so everyone is gathering in Taekook's villa. Suga, Jimin, Jin, Namjoon, his mother-in-law and Young Hee-suk is also present there who's Mrs. Jaeon's personal man. It's Taehyung's 19th birthday, but it's his first birthday celebration. When they congratulate him, he became emotional and started crying. Mrs. Jaeon hugged him and patted his back. By the time, Taehyung feels strong connection with Mrs. Jaeon and wants to protect her. After a small birthday party and cake cutting, they all went to their home. Now Jungkook and Taehyung are alone in their home. Taehyung is very happy today. He hugged Jungkook tightly and Jungkook also didn't push him. Taehyung, thanks coconut. Jungkook, hey, don't thanks me. I didn't do anything. Taehyung, you did. Jungkook, I didn't. It was all their plan. But Taehyung knows it's all was Jungkook's plan, but he didn't argue more. They hugged for some time and at last Jungkook gave him wristwatch as birthday gift. Taehyung, is this for me, wifey? Jungkook, shut up, I'm not your wifey. Taehyung, thank you, wifey. Jungkook, whatever. Just like this time going on and they complete their graduation together. They both are happy now. In university, Taehyung, hey bunny, congratulations for your graduation. Jungkook, you too. They both are happy because they are more free to focus on their mafia work now. And Jungkook have to kill that mafia Black Mask so that he will never attack on his family just because of Jungkook. Yes, that mafia Black Mask want Jungkook. Flashback. It's the time when Jungkook was 16. One day when Jungkook was going university, then he saw that an old man crossing the road with slow motion because of his age, and Jungkook helped him to cross the road. But other side, a man looking this all carefully, not at that old man but at Jungkook. Next day, in Jaeon mansion, Black Mask, hello Mr. Jaeon. Mr. Jaeon, hello Mr. Black Mask. What brings you here today? Mr. Jaeon said jokingly. They both are friends, but Black Mask was 8 years younger than Mr. Jaeon. But that man came to the point directly. Black Mask, it's your son who brings me here, Mr. Jaeon. Mr. Jaeon, what do you mean? Black Mask, I saw him yesterday. He is a nice boy. Black Mask said with a smirk, but that time Jungkook came there from university. He saw them and greeted them. Jungkook, hello dad, hello uncle, to Black Mask. But after hearing uncle word for himself, he feels irritated. Black Mask, hey Jungkook, come here. Jungkook went to him innocently and that man touched Jungkook's cheek. Black Mask, don't ever call me uncle again. I'm going to be your husband soon, baby. And Jungkook and Mr. Jaeon became shocked at this. Mr. Jaeon immediately pulled Jungkook towards himself. Mr. Jaeon, what the hell are you saying, Black Mask? Mr. Jaeon hid Jungkook behind him and Black Mask smirk at this. Black Mask, Mr. Jaeon, Mr. Jaeon, Mr. Jaeon. I want this pretty boy as mine, as my wife and all. So it'll be better for you to cooperate with me. Mr. Jaeon understand that it'll not be easy. Mr. Jaeon, don't forget I'm the strongest mafia here. Black Mask laugh at these words. He goes near to Mr. Jaeon and whisper in his ear. Black Mask, but what will you do if you die, Mr. Jaeon? Mr. Jaeon gets shocked at this, but before he can think anymore, Black Mask stabbed a knife on his back which was poisonous and Mr. Jaeon die on his spot. This all was all sudden, then Jungkook get numbed on his spot for a moment and cried out loudly. Mrs. Jaeon also came out from her room after hearing Jungkook screaming. But after seeing the scene, she also became freeze. Her husband was laying motionless on the ground and blood dripping from his body, and guard were fighting with Black Mask's men, and Jungkook was crying with fear. But soon she saw that Jungkook grabbed a gun and shoot Black Mask's right hand now, and his men stopped because of this. Jungkook, get out from here, otherwise I'll shoot you. Jungkook was scared and crying, but he said it. Black Mask stopped his men and smirked towards Jungkook. Black Mask, I'm going for now, but I'll make you mine soon, babe. And after hearing this, Mrs. Jeon became more shocked. She immediately hid Jungkook in her embrace protectively and glared at Black Mask. And after that, Mrs. Jeon became a strict woman and strong woman too. But Jungkook is not an idiot. He knows what that man's words meaning, and after some time later, he decided to join their mafia gang. Flashback end. Taehyung knows that Black Mask is the enemy of Jeon family, but he don't know that Black Mask wants Jungkook. Jungkook also didn't tell him. Today is Mr. Jeon's death anniversary and Taehyung also joining them. Mrs. Jeon can see that Taehyung has protective eyes for his husband. She feels relief at this. And after that she went near to Taehyung, who's looking at Jungkook. Mrs. Jeon, Taehyung, I have to tell you something. Come with me. Taehyung, what is it, mom? Taehyung asked with confusion. Mrs. Jeon, it's about Jungkook. You have to protect him. Mrs. Jeon said with strict voice, like she is commanding Taehyung, and Taehyung also listening carefully. Mrs. Jeon, you know Mafia King Black Mask, right? Taehyung, yes. They are our enemy and wants to harm you and Jungkook. Mrs. Jeon, it's not exact truth. Mrs. Jeon take a deep breath and said directly. Mrs. Jeon, he want my son. He want him for his bed. Mrs. Jeon closed her eyes at this, but other side, Taehyung get shocked after hearing this. Taehyung, what? Mrs. Jeon, I know you care for Jungkook, but I want you to protect your husband too. Taehyung, but Mrs. Jeon, I know you are Mafia King the Fifth who helps poor as like my son do. Taehyung get shocked again. Taehyung, how do you know? But Mrs. Jeon ignored his question. Mrs. Jeon, I know you are a good person as like my son. Don't worry, your husband don't know about your Mafia identity, it's just me. Taehyung, so Mafia King Golden JK is your son? Mrs. Jeon, yes. Taehyung, don't worry mom, I'll protect your son and my husband. It's the first time when Taehyung addressed Jungkook as his husband. Mrs. Jeon smiled softly at this. Mrs. Jeon, I trust you. Taehyung thinking, and I'll kill that bastard because Jungkook is mine now. And after that, Taehyung became more protective for Jungkook. Now he knows that Jungkook is the golden JK whom he liked the most and wanted to give him a kiss for once. Now he has opportunity, but he knows that Jungkook is not ready yet, so he ignored this wish. Other side. Black Mask, what the hell are you doing? Why didn't you get that pretty boy till now? Man, sorry boss, but whenever we tried to kidnap his mother, Mafia King Golden JK came between us. Black Mask, Golden JK, Golden JK, Golden JK. Who's this man? Man, we don't know boss. Nobody knows about him. Black Mask, it's my last warning, do anything you want and get that pretty boy for me. Men, yes boss. Black Mask thinking, Jungkook, how long I have to wait for you, pretty boy? Come to me, I want to test you desperately. Black Mask smirk at this imagination. But one day, Jungkook was going home after his mafia work, then a man came to him. Man, boss, I have to tell you something. Jungkook, what is it? Man, it's about Black Mask. It's very important, we can't talk here. We need to find a safe place. Jungkook, okay. Man, come with me boss. He was about to go with that man, but suddenly someone hit his head from the back. Jungkook immediately turned and grabbed that man's throat, but not so long and he get unconscious. Other side. In Taekook Villa. It's 8 p.m. but Jungkook still didn't arrive home. Usually Jungkook came home till 7 p.m. so Taehyung is worried for him. He was about to call him but soon his phone started ringing. It was unknown number. He picked up the call. Taehyung, hello. Unknown, hello sir. I'm Golden JK's man. You are his husband right? Taehyung, yes. Unknown, sir, they kidnapped our boss. And after hearing this, Taehyung became freeze. He knows who can kidnap him and for what. Unknown, sir please forgive me. They kidnapped my wife and daughter so I need to help them. Unknown, sir please help my boss. They will ruin my boss. Please sir help my boss. That man was also crying. But Taehyung standing there motionless. Man, sir, can you hear me? Taehyung, where did they go? Unknown, I'm sorry sir. But I don't know. Taehyung immediately cut the call and rushed from there. Taehyung, no, please be safe. I'm coming soon. In this whole time, Taehyung had searched many things about Black Mask. He knows where can they take Jungkook so he didn't waste time and rush for that location. Other side, Jungkook was laying on bed unconsciously and his both hands and legs are tied up with rope. Black Mask was sitting beside him and looking at Jungkook with lusty gaze. After some time later, Jungkook opened his eyes slowly and feels a sharp pain in his head. He tried to move his hands and legs but he couldn't and he realized that he is tied up by rope. And soon he saw Black Mask beside him and his lusty gaze and he became freeze. Jungkook, you bastard, leave me. Jungkook said angrily. Black Mask, hold on pretty boy, just relax. Jungkook, I said leave me. Jungkook was trying to untie the rope. Black Mask, I'll not babe. So just relax and enjoy with me. Jungkook, shut up. Jungkook was so angry but he couldn't remove the rope from his hands. It was a strong rope. Jungkook, you bastard, what the fuck do you want? Black Mask, I want you babe. I want to test you, I want to kiss you, I want to touch you, bite you. I want to ruin you, I want to give you so much pleasure that you'll remember my name for forever. I want to make you mine. Jungkook became freeze after hearing this. He desperately trying to remove that rope from his hands and legs. Jungkook, I'm already married and I have a husband. You can't make me your. But after hearing this, Black Mask blood boil in anger. He was thinking that Taehyung had already touched Jungkook. Black Mask, but from now on, you are all mine. With that he goes near to Jungkook and touch his face. Jungkook, don't touch me with your bloody hands. But that man touched his face more deeply than his neck. Jungkook was scared now. Jungkook, please don't do this otherwise my husband will kill you. Black Mask, your husband. I'll kill that man by my own hands. And he start unbuttoning Jungkook's shirt. Jungkook, no. Taehyung. Jungkook was screaming Taehyung's name like he'll come and rescue him. He is crying in fear now. But Black Mask was ignoring Jungkook's scream and looking at Jungkook's perfect body. Black Mask, you have a sexy body. It's perfect for me. It's the first time when Jungkook was feeling disgust on his own body. With that Black Mask was about to touch Jungkook's belly but soon he feels a hard kick on his face and he fell on the ground. J-Hope, you bastard, stay away from Jungkook. And J-Hope immediately went to Jungkook and untied the rope. He immediately hugged Jungkook protectively. Jungkook, Hobie hung. Soon Taehyung and Mrs. Jaeon came there with their men. Taehyung informed Mrs. Jaeon soon after that call ended. Taehyung also go to Jungkook immediately and cover Jungkook with his clothes. Taehyung, Bunny, are you okay? Jungkook nodded at Taehyung. Mrs. Jaeon watch her son in this state and her blood boil in anger. Mrs. Jaeon, Black Mask you had already crossed you limited long time ago and kidnapping my son is death crime. Mrs. Jaeon, J-Hope, break his both hands which tried to touch my son. J-Hope, yes ma'am. And he start fighting with Black Mask and J-Hope is like a Iron Man of Mrs. Jayon. J-Hope was an orphan before but Mr. Jayon take him under himself and after that J-Hope became Mr. Jayon's right hand and now he is the right hand of Mrs. Jayon. And soon he breaks Black Mask both hands and Black Mask laying on ground half dead. Mrs. Jayon, go to hell. And she shoot him mercilessly. Finally she take revenge of her husband's death and her son's ruined childhood. But now it's became hard for Jungkook because he couldn't forget that man's lusty touch on his body. He is still wearing Taehyung clothes and he is feeling safe by this only because he knows Taehyung will make him safe. Jungkook was sitting on bed and thinking this all then Taehyung entered in room. Taehyung, Kookie, are you okay? Jungkook, I want a bath. With that he went towards bathroom. Taehyung wanted to give him space so he didn't say more. In bathroom, Jungkook removed his clothes and see his body in mirror. First time he feels disgust by this body. He remembers that man's touch and starts scrubbing his body hardly. Jungkook, I hate this disgust touch. Jungkook wanted to remove those touch but he feels that these touch didn't removing from his body. Jungkook thinking why didn't it's removing. After half hour, Taehyung is waiting for Jungkook but Jungkook didn't came out from bathroom and Taehyung get worried. Taehyung, Kookie, are you okay? But he get no reply from other side and he get panicked at this. Taehyung, Kookie, open the door. With that he hitting the door but soon Jungkook opened that door. Taehyung saw that Jungkook was only in a towel around his waist and his rest body was red because of scrubbing. Jungkook, it's doesn't removing. Taehyung understand what Jungkook's means and he hugged him securely. Taehyung, you are pure, your body is pure. Don't torture yourself. It's not your fault. Now Jungkook's emotions hover over him and he start crying in his arm. Taehyung knows that it'll be really hard for a teenager to struggle to protect himself from a lusty gaze. Jungkook had stopped crying long time ago and showing himself strong in form of everyone but he is tired by this now. Now he wants to show his true emotions, he wants to rely on someone who can protect him. Jungkook, I hate being weak. Jungkook said it while crying. Taehyung, you are not weak. You are the strongest who helps others. Jungkook feels comfort by Tae's words and in his arm. Taehyung thinking I'm sorry for being late but I promise, I'll protect you with my whole stamina from now on. Taehyung promise himself. Just like this time going on and everything becoming normal now. Taehyung take more care of Jungkook now. Mrs. Jayon also spent her time with his son mostly and gave him love which he wanted the most. But Jungkook himself doesn't feeling happy. He still remember that man's lusty gaze and touch and he feels disgust on his own body. One night, Taehyung and Jungkook are laying on bed. Jungkook, I couldn't forget that man's touch on my body. It make me sick. Taehyung, don't think much. You are pure. Jungkook, can you help me to remove his touch from my body? Taehyung looked at Jungkook with confirming eyes. Jungkook, please. And next moment, Taehyung start kissing Jungkook softly. Jungkook close his eyes and he feels that kiss. Taehyung, stop me if you don't feel right. Jungkook nodded and Taehyung start kissing his all body. He is also biting his bare body everywhere like he is claiming a new touch on Jungkook's body. And that night Taehyung claimed Jungkook and his body is his. Jungkook was also satisfied at this. He liked Taehyung's marks on his body and it's making him comfort. Just like this time going on and now Jungkook is also recovered from his phobia. He is happy with Taehyung and Taehyung took good care of Jungkook. Like right now, Taehyung is sitting on his dining chair and Jungkook is sitting on his lap who's looking sleepy. Taehyung, open your mouth and eat this last bite. Jungkook, I want to sleep. Taehyung, okay, this last bite and we'll sleep later. Before Jungkook was a tough guy, but now he became a baby in front of Taehyung. He also behaved like a sassy in front of Taehyung, and Taehyung liked this so much. One day, Jungkook touching Taehyung's face who's laying beside him. Jungkook, Tae, you are really handsome. Taehyung, I know. Jungkook, I really love your face and your body too. Taehyung looked at Jungkook. Taehyung, do you want anything? Jungkook looked into Taehyung's eyes with hypnotized smile on his face and said, Jungkook, I love you. Taehyung already knew because Jungkook's action was obvious. He smiled and kissed Jungkook's cheeks. Taehyung, I love you too, my wifey. But Jungkook didn't protest at wifey word now. They smile at each other while looking into each other's eyes. They both know that their relationship is too strong now and they both trust each other. Just like this they are living together happily ever after.